So we have entered into the heat of the real estate market. It is the month of May. With it brings brand new numbers. Today I'm gonna end up giving you the market report to see exactly where those numbers are, what are the trends, what am I seeing out there, what are the mortgage rates that are currently out there, all so you can have your finger on the pulse and you're ready to go when you decide to enter into this market and find that dream home. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And if you are interested in the market report, I can get that to you. It's a monthly report. You can opt out with a click of a button. Tons of other people have been getting sent these reports that I'm about to show you, and they absolutely love it. And if you're buying or selling, I'd be happy to help you out. I have people just like you contacting me every single week. And I even have them using me just as a resource. You can contact me directly here or go in the description below. Use one of the methods I have listed there. So let's hop over to the computer and see exactly what is going on in Northeast Ohio. All right, guys, so here is a quick look straight from the MLS. Want to point out first and foremost, market temperature, we're still holding steady in between the buyers, the sellers market, total closed sales. And this is Cuyahoga, Lorain, Medina, Summit County, 1658. That is down. Pending sales are up 3148. Active listings, they're actually down quite a bit, 34% at 3187. Months of inventory, we haven't budged. We're still at 1 month. We're closer to 2, and I'll show you that in a moment. Days on market, 37. That is increased to 25%. So anyone who's selling, keep that in mind that we are at 37 days is the average that a house is selling. Sales price to list price ratio is at 96%. That is actually up from last month to 2%. Now, as we look right here, sales by county have actually dropped in the past year. This is up to date. So from May of last year to May of this year, and numbers are down a little bit. And as we see here, original price to sold price, this is the big thing. So far, we're right at the beginning, 311,000 to 250,000. But let's focus on April, 255. The sold price, the closed price median is 232,000. So that is telling you that the market is holding and it's actually dipping a little bit. That's meaning that there's more negotiating power for the buyers is what's happening. Now, having said that, there's still a lot of homes that are going for asking price and that are going into multiple offers and going over. As far as months of inventory, as you see, we are at 1.95 so far. We've dropped. Homes are selling. There's more pending sales as we just saw. So this is why we're staying balanced and we're not leaning towards the buyer's market, and we're just right in the middle. So this is just showing you that it is still kind of a battle. There's multiple offers there, but there is negotiating power for you buyers that are out there. And as we take a look at list price versus close price, again, so far this year, $235,000 list price medium, close price $220,000, and you can see the difference here between last year and this year. So that is showing that it is kind of cooled off, kind of steadied in our area, but it is also picked up in our area. So some areas throughout the country, they are dropping big time. Other areas, they're staying hot. Cleveland is one of the areas where it's staying hot, but it's nothing like the years past. And then I wanted to show you this right here. 44% of home sellers are giving concessions to buyers, just shy of the highest level on record. What are concessions? Concessions are everything from rate buy downs, from closing cost to your buyer's agent commission fee, the fee that you guys, or compensation fee that you guys agree upon. It could be repairs. It's anything that the seller is giving you as a buyer. And so that's close to the highest level on record. Now, as we jump over to the actual stats between the counties and then some cities. So for Cuyahoga County, to start it off, $309,000 is the average list price. We have 595 price reductions. That's actually a jump of 72%. And this is common. When we see the days on market go up, sellers tend to worry because they're so used to how quickly stuff is selling, so they're quick to drop the price. But they are also some areas where they're pushing the envelope a little too much and the comps aren't adding up. So just keep that in mind. You are the one that determines the price of your home if you're selling, but keep it in mind that you may have to have price reductions, and it's only going to go for, right around what it's comping for. So push the envelope if you so desire, but it could lead towards longer days on market. Active listings, 5,518, that's up 5.5%. New listings, 1,480, that's up 3.4%. Homes sold, 1,015, average sales price of $271,000. And then as we take a look, here's some of the hot listings that are out there. You got a condo in Lakewood, North Royalton, another condo. But most expensive, still Hunting Valley. This is the most expensive in the state of Ohio, $18 million. It was at 20. So there's been a couple price drops. And if you want to check that out, that place is fantastic. If you want to see the pictures, it's like its own resort. And then, the market trend, you're going to see a lot of this stuff. This is just the graph showing you the average list price is up 2.4%. Active listings are up. It happens. Highest sold was still this one that's in Bay Village. And then your recents, just to kind of take a look, Shaker Heights, 258. And then South Euclid, 145,000. Now we're going to jump over to Beechwood. One of you asked about Beechwood, so here we go. Average list price is $561,000. 7 price reductions, 60 active listings. That's up 5.6%. 18 new listings, 23.8%. It's a small square mile area, very nice area. So we're not going to see like crazy numbers as far as, homes sold. 4, for instance, in the last 30 days. An average sales price of $421,000. That's a big difference right there in itself. A couple of the hot listings that are in there. You have this one at $585 for 5 beds, 2 baths, and then you got this one 3 beds, 3 baths, 3,500 square feet at $800. Most expensive right now is $830,000. So typical for Beechwood. Not surprised by those pricing. Average listing price is up 1.4%, and then active listings up that 5.6%. Most expensive was sold back in August at 1.8. Recent solds that are out there, $465,000, $515,000. Now as we jump over to Medina County, $421,000 average list price, 89 price reductions with 81.6% increase. That's massive as well. 704 active listings. That's up 11.6. 223 new listings. That's up 7.2%. Homes sold 135 for an average sales price of $379,000. Some of the hot listings right now, Chippewa Lake, Medina, these are perfect starter homes. We don't see prices in the hundreds too often. Most expensive is still over in Wadsworth at $3.15 million. And then again, the trends, you're going to see kind of the same thing. Average list price hasn't really bumped up too much, only 1.1%. Active listings has skyrocketed with 11.6%. And I say skyrocket because the inventory has been lacking. Highest sold was still back in November, almost at $2 million. And then some recent sellings, Blue Herring in Medina, gorgeous neighborhood, $776,000. And then in Brunswick, hot spot, $450,000, sitting over there in Brunswick. Speaking of Brunswick, here we go. Average list price, $343,000. 17 price reductions, that's up 54.5%. 162 active listings, that's up 16%. 43 new listings, up 2.6%. 41 homes sold in the last 30 days, $320,000 for the average sales price. Brunswick is a hot spot. Homes do go quick in this area, especially with the new high school that's being built. And then some of the listings right now that are in Brunswick, 340,000, 490,000. It ranges, but typical pricing is from 2 to 500,000 for Brunswick if you're not aware of it. And then this one right here, this is a brand new home that's going in. It's 569,000 for this one. So that's a spec home is what that is. And then listing average list price is actually down 1.6% for Brunswick. That's a good thing for people that want to get in Brunswick. And this is amazing for the people that want to move in Brunswick because there's not many listings that have been hitting over previous years, but 16% with the amount of people that want to move here. Highest sold, that's a brand new house, 862,000, Drees home. And then your recents, 450,000, and then right here, 265,000. And it's crazy because a house like this, 15 years ago, 1,100 square feet, 3 beds, 1 bath, that was a starter home, and it sold for 265,000. That just goes to show you where Brunswick has come from in the years past. Now, as we jump over to Lorain County, 342,000 average list price, 152 price reductions, up 49%. We're seeing a common theme here with these price reductions. It's because of the days on market are high. Sellers need to sell. So we're running into issues as sellers to where it's almost like panic mode is happening. Active listings, 1,410, that's up 6.6%. 410 new listings, up 12.1%. As far as homes sold, 275 in the past 30 days for an average sales price of $303,000. Some of the new listings to be built, that's a starting price. That's going to be base stuff. But $240,000, that's an amazing starting price for a brand new home. And then the most expensive still is sitting in Oberlin at $5.25 million. This has a huge horse barn and everything in it. Another beautiful house. Up 1% for the average list price in this graph, and then active listings are up 6.6%. So all good stuff as we have entered into like the heat of the market of what's going on. The most expensive was sold in Avon Lake. We're not surprised by that. There's even more expensive homes that are than 3.9 million, especially on Lake Avenue up there. And then recently sold in Elyria, 35,000, 55,000. Obviously, these are probably investments. Investors came, bought them, they're going to rent them out. That's how that trend's been going. And as we jump over to Columbia Station, 445,000 for the average list price, 4 price reductions. Apparently that's up 100%, so there's not much. Active listings is 49, that's up 10.3%. New listings are 18, that's up 37.7%. And I wanted to bring up Columbia Station because it has become a highly desired area for people to move to. And one of the nice things is that it now is home to a new 55 and older community, Del Webb community, that they're doing tremendous stuff with. If you know someone that's looking for that, or you specifically are looking for a community like that, I have a great relationship with the rep. Let me know. I will get you put in contact to at least get some more information. Homes sold, 6 over the last 30 days at an average sales price of $395,000. And if we look at some of the listings, that is a Pulte home, $600,000 in a great neighborhood. And then we have this one at $514,000, both brand new homes, great neighborhoods. Most expensive, $619,000. It's only been on the market for 50 days, so that's not terrible, but something like this is telling me that it is overpriced if it still hasn't sold, or it could be the location. Like there's multiple factors, but typically it's because it's overpriced when it's on the market for many days in this price range. Now, average listing price is down 1.2%, and then your active listings are up 10.3%. And then some of your recent solds, newer home, $560,000. Looks gorgeous. Older home, $140,000. So it's all over the place. Now, as we jump over to Summit County, Your average list price, $275,000, 234 price reductions, that's up 60.3%, 2453 active listings, that's up 6.6%. Excuse me. And then 735 new listings, that's up 8.6%. Past 30 days, 515 homes sold with an average sales price of $259,000. Now, as we look at some of the listings that are out there, it's all over the place. This one's right on the lake. That's got to be Portage Lakes, if I had to guess right there. That's $650,000. Again, 175 days on the site. It's probably overpriced. And you also have to find somebody who actually wants to be on the lake. So there's a couple factors. And then right in Akron itself, $75,000. Again, this thing probably sold, went to an investor, is going to be rented out. Most expensive is 3.5, almost 3.6, right in Bath, Ohio. And 49 days, that's common. These homes, once you get into these luxury homes, it's hit or miss. Some of them sell quick, some of them take a year. Really just depends. Average list price is up 3.5%. And then your active listings, as you see, 6.6%. And that's going to be a continued trend. And now you look at recent solds, it's going to be all over the place for Summit County just because of having Akron in there with a, more of a major city. So you're going to have pricing from those, 50,000 up to millions of dollars, as we see here in Bath for the highest sold. That was almost a year ago. As we jump over to Greene, Ohio, average list price is $378,000. 3 price reductions, up 50%. 31 active listings, that's down 3.4%. 12 new listings, up 37.7%. Greene is another highly sought after area, and the active listings that are happening dropping down. That's not a good thing if you're trying to get into Greene. 5 homes sold, $371,000 for an average sales price. And then just some of the listings that are out there. You get a brand new home, $544,000. Fantastic. And then there's an older home that's been sitting for 326 days. $500,000, that dead giveaway, it's overpriced. Plain and simple. And as you see, the most expensive is $635,000, which in this day and age, that's not bad. Which is crazy to say because that is a lot of money. And then your average listing price and your active listings, both down. Not good for anyone trying to get into Greene. And then some of your recents, $304,000, basically $305,000, and $416,000 are some of your recent solds. Now, as we jump over to look at mortgage rates, they're really not moving. These are loan amounts based on a $500,000 mortgage. So the 3270, the 4263, these are averages that you're seeing if you qualify for that and you have like all your ducks in a row in order to get these percentages. So a 30-year fix, 6.83%, 15-year fix, 6.16%, 30-year jumbo is at 6.95%, your 7/6 arm is at a 6.36%, your 30-year FHA is at a 6.2%, and for you VAs out there, 6.22%. So everything's kind of holding steady as far as these rates go. But again, there is seller concessions happening. So you could possibly get some help with the rate buy down. Now, what I want to let you know is, yes, multiple offers have been hitting. Yes, there is negotiating that's possible. Depending on your situation and the situation of the home and how things are going, is going to dictate the concessions that you may receive. Because at the end of the day, yes, us as agents, we want you to purchase a house for the least amount of money possible, the least amount of money out of pocket as possible. But we also have to have your best interest in hand to get that house that you just fell in love with. So you may have to come to the table with money out of pocket. But if you're working with a lender, speak to the lender and we can give them numbers and find out exactly what's more beneficial, to pay something out of pocket up front, like you're like if you're working with me, like my compensation fee, it might be better to put it like a little bit higher of an offer price, and it doesn't go into the mortgage, but it just balances out to win the house for the sellers to net the most money that they're going to get if that's one of their major concerns. And it may be less money in the long run if this is not your forever home. Most people are moving around 10 years roughly. So if we take that average and break it down, yeah, you may pay $10 to $20 extra per month, but in the grand scheme of things, you might not pay the full amount of your agent's compensation. Now, with brand new homes, builders are covering all, if not a good portion of us to represent you in a new build. And I know it sounds crazy because it's a brand new build. You want representation for that. You want somebody to have your back, because a lot of the reps for the builders are phenomenal people, but their interest is the builder, not yours. Let me know in the comments down below if you want this monthly market report, you need help with anything, if you're buying, selling, whatever the case is, contact me directly here, and I will be happy and honored to help you out, like I have many others who are contacting me every single week. If you got any value from the video, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already and you're new to my channel, be sure to click subscribe and turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on my future videos I got coming your way.